Blessed be everyone. Hello and welcome to another episode of Black Magic Talk. I have the wonderful Sonia Smith with me today. We finally got our times, right. Here I am. I'm thinking, wait, it's only 4, right? No, it's 5. Oh. And then unfortunately I had something to do right at 5:30 and celebrate my neighbor's birthday, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. So I just kind of did something and improvised. But we have Sonia Smith on this time, and we're going to talk about a few things to start. And then she will do some collective readings. I know I just did a collective reading the other day. And I hope everyone is satisfied with that reading. If it, speaks to you, then please let the advice that I gave flow through you as normal. So how you doing, Sonia?
I'm well, thank you. I hope you are too, Steph. It's great to be here.
Finally got to sleep in. I've been so busy lately between a regular job and the shows. I'm just like, yeah, even my man is like, you need to rest. I'm like, yeah, when I'm dead. But I did get to sleep in today, so I'm feeling a lot more energized. And of course, this morning, my son and my father were having a fight. So I'm like, will you people shush and let me go to sleep? But we are back again. So take it away, Sonia. If there's anything topic wise you want to talk about.
Yeah, sure. Well, I thought that we would start off because it's full moon and it's a wonderful full moon here. And I'm sure it's with you when the moon rises. And I was just wanted to say to you about what Wiccans do, because do you call it an esbat the same as we do, traditional witches? We call it an esbat. We call it a sabbat when it's one of the main times of the year, the festivals. And when it's full moon, we call it an esbat. So I'm wondering if you do the same and what kind of things that you do uh, at the full moon with each other, with the group, or do you do things on your own? What do you do?
Well, let's start off by I used to do it all by myself because I wasn't part of a coven. I was sort of solitary. But now that a coven has found me, we were going to have a ritual fire, but unfortunately, that it didn't happen. Because I was so busy yesterday, I had family pictures, plus I had to work, plus, I was really exhausted yesterday. I'm surprised I even looked half decent for my family pictures, so um but they did come out very nicely. I just want to let everyone know that. And I'll DM you a picture. I'll send you an email, a picture of me and my son, because it came out really well, and I was like, wow, that's really good. So but yeah, so what we do is usually in a coven you would have like a ritual fire, and you would ask for things for the full moon to bring you. We also had a pink moon, which I found out the other day, can be more, it can bring more magic into your life or more energy for your magic. So the best time to do your ritual would be during the pink moon, and of course the full moon, because that is the energy. So what I did last night, because we were so busy and spirit or a fire didn't happen between me and my coven, I actually just said a few words to the full moon and asked for certain things to transpire or come into my life, or what they say, manifest into my life. And so hopefully that that will happen. I'll start manifesting things. And so when I was solitaire, let's go back to that. So when I was solitaire, like I would just do my own kind of ritual, bringing in the moon energy through my teacher. So my teacher would, we would call in that energy and we would ask, do our magic, or we could ask for a blessing, for throughout the waning moon into the dark moon and new moon. So, but now that I'm a part of a coven, excuse me, when we can, and we can schedule things between our busy schedules, um, yeah, we will do things together. We'll have a ritual fire or whatever together. And I think that, we basically do the same kind of celebration of the full moon that I guess pagans do. I don't know. When pagans get together, I guess it's kind of the same thing, though.
I'm not sure because I don't work with the pagan group, but I think that they do probably celebrate the full moon. I usually use the full moon for healing work as well. I find that that kind of gentle energy is very good for doing distant healing as well. When you want to send healing to people who need it, they contact you and say, "Can you send some healing?" So I find the moon's a good time. And actually, it's quite strange you were talking about family photographs, because that family is all about the moon as well. The moon's very connected to family things, and sharing family things as well. So yeah, and also I think the full moon's very good for scrying, if you scry. And you can use something very simple as well. You can use water that you've put out into the full moon in a bowl, and then put some ink in it, because that darkens the water.
Mhm.
And often that's quite enough to scry. And full moon is a good time to do the scrying work, if you're good at scrying. Not everybody is, not everybody feels that they connect with scrying, but it's a good time to do it when it's full moon, especially go outside under the moon and do it. Don't sit indoors, go outside and do it, especially if you
Unless it's
come.
raining.
Well, if
It
it's
was
raining,
raining
I
and
guess
nasty.
you stay in and light a candle, because the full moon's there, don't you? But if you can get outside, even if it's cold, you can wrap up, because it's nice to be under the moon's rays as you do this. I think that it really opens up the channels for scrying and for healing. I know that some witches like to gather together to do healing together as well, because they feel that the healing will be more potent if there's more than one person. Personally, I'm not sure that's true, because I think if you're good at sending healing work to people, if you're good at sending the healing vibration, I think it works just as well. But it is nice to do it in a group too. I think there's something nice to share and to send healing to those who need it. So, good time to do things at full moon. I find also dreams become very vivid quite
Mhm.
often. Um, but some people find that they can't sleep very well at full moon. They feel too energized by it. Me, I get tranced, so I dream a lot at full moon. So it's the opposite for me. I don't feel all energized and up. I feel tranced, more tranced out, and that is good, because it helps if you're going to do healing work as well, because you can, or if you're doing mediumship, you'll find that the full moon opens channels as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's great to use the energy of the full moon, and there's something special about the moonlight, isn't there?
Yep. Um, I have been talking about this with my coven of making moon water. In fact, we are going to do that again. It's crazy schedules, but yeah, like having either a bowl of water, or what I was using was plastic bottles, like plastic see-through bottles, and you can stick that in the moonlight, and it's supposed to bless the water. Of course, I was using it for manifestation, which I heard that you could use moon water. So what I was doing was putting a, see-through plastic, sticking it out in the moonlight with the water, and then putting like something that I wanted to manifest, a piece of paper underneath it, so that the moon could bring that in. And then at right before dawn, right before the sun came out, I would take the water and drink all of it, and that would help me manifest. But we are going to do that where the moon can bless the water. So that when the moon rays touch the water, it's supposed to bless that water. It's supposed to be purified water. Um, Not only purified, but like, what am I trying to think of? Almost like holy water. It's almost like holy water, or, purified. Excuse me. So, a very, yeah, it is a very special connection that we have with the moon. Also, you can also charge your crystals in the moon. So I have done that several times where I've taken soda light out and just let the moon beams hit it, and it charges up your crystals. It's also supposed to purify them as well. So you have that purification, but then you also are charging those crystals to use.
Yeah, and also it's the connection with the goddess
Mhm.
Artemis Diana, who is the goddess of witches. So, I find that the full moon is often the time where you can connect very much so with her. And, her brother was Apollo.
Mhm.
Uh, and so you've got, he was the sun, she was the moon. So, um, connecting with her is a really good thing to do, because that helps with your magical work. Because if she's with you, there's not much you can fail at, really. So it's a good time. But the different phases of the moon connect to different goddesses, as I know Steph. When you go to the darker side of the moon, when the moon's waning, then Hecate and Persephone and those goddesses of the underworld are where you touch down.
Mhm.
So you can use the moon's phases to contact the deities.
Diana actually is the goddess of our coven. So I plan on getting a statue of her, but just not right now. I do plan on it though. Hopefully, maybe we can, in the future, get her. Also, I've also asked Freya to help as well. My coven mother said that I should ask Freya if she would come in and actually help with certain things, certain aspects of where I need to be, and work on myself, because she also helps with that. And of course, Odin is also here to help us and test our relationships. As Sonia knows, because her and I are friends off screen. I've been working on some stuff with her and someone of a mutual acquaintance. Sonia knows what I'm talking about. But I think that's a wonderful thing that, you don't want to just budge in and say, "Oh, Freya, come into my stuff." It was more like a meditation, and I asked permission, and
Mhm.
I heard an overwhelming yes that come back to me. Of course, Diana, the same thing. So, and I definitely think that I'm going to learn little, kind of like Odin. They're going to be little tests to get over this hump, or get over this hurdle, or this, obstacle. Um, because it is something that I need to do so that I can be my better self, my higher self. My magic will improve. So once I'm more attuned to, where I need to be, not only spiritually, but also magically, I think they're definitely someone who can, you know, definitely help out. But again, if you guys, um, if you don't have a goddess or a god that you would call to, that's fine. And I've had my one neighbor say, "Well, how will I know when a certain goddess talks to me?" Trust me, you'll know. They will make themselves. They will announce themselves for you.
Mhm.
Um, it's just a suggestion that I have so many gods and goddesses. I started with Aphrodite, who brought my soulmate to me. And then she kind of, I mean, I can still call to her if I feel like I need to, but she's kind of stepped to the, to the back of the line. So then I also had, excuse me, I also had, of course, Hecate would come in. I also had Isis and Osiris come in. And then also, I'm working with a water sprite or water spirit named Simbi, who helps with psychic abilities. So I'll call to him too. And I asked my coven mother, I said, now I do call to a spirit. And she said, that's fine, as long as, they have passed. So I've also been contacting Marie Laveau, who is a very, very prominent and very good voodoo priestess. I have always been fascinated with voodoo. I've always wanted to learn that religion. I probably will, and that's probably what I'll pick. Because in my coven we have to, research a different religion than our own. So I think that's going to be fine. But I also have, Odin came in there at the last minute. He's just like, "Hi, I'm here." Tested the relationship between me and my man, which again, I mean, we didn't have a knockout, drag out fight or anything. We didn't even fight. It was more just like a disagreement. And that's all. We didn't raise our voices. We didn't say nasty things to each other. I don't think we should. That's not how the relationship is based. It's based on mutual respect, mutual love. And he is my soulmate. He is my twin flame. So we're not meant to, fight. We're just, we have disagreements. We sit down, we talk about stuff. And I think that test has made our relationship stronger because we're still crazy about each other. It's 7 years later and we're still crazy about each other. We're still madly in love. So, and I'm very happy because of that. I can't see him. I cannot see myself without him. So, but of course, recently I had the Freya and the Diana come in. I say my life is getting to that point. And again, if you guys are struggling with your god or goddess and you're not really sure who, do a meditation. I'm sure there's plenty on YouTube. You guys can look up meditations on that, where you literally will have a god or goddess call to you. And if you don't, that's fine too. You'll just have the spiritual representation, so the feminine and the masculine.
Yeah, I think another avenue of knowing which god or goddess that you are in contact with, because I mean you can be in contact with many, as you've just said, Steph, but the thing is that you usually have a time in your life where a particular god or goddess is there for you, if you like, because they're there to help you or to teach you or something, and they're there. But you often know through the things that you're interested in as well, because for instance, we're talking about Artemis Diana. Artemis is the Greek name for her, and Diana is the Roman. And she was always the protectress of animals. So, for instance, if you do rescue work with animals, or you love animals, or you love your pets, or you love wildlife, or any of those things, you may find that, Diana is, a contact for you because of the interests that you've got. And it's the same way as that, sometimes you find people who are very interested in, say, martial arts. Say they're very, very drawn to martial arts. And then they might find that Ares or Mars, Ares is the Greek and Mars is the Roman. This masculine energy is very helpful if you want to study martial arts or you're practicing. So if you, or wrestling, boxing, all those things come under the Martian principle. That's why it's called martial arts, Mars. So
My man is an Aries. Trust me, I know.
So if you want to be really, you want to be winning in the boxing ring or the wrestling ring or whatever, then you call to Mars and say, before you go in the ring, you do a little rite to Mars and say, "Be with me, Mars." And there you are. You see, but you see what I mean. Sometimes the very interests that you have will connect you with the different deities. I mean, Aphrodite is often people very interested in beauty, makeup, um, the entertainment industry, you know, all that sort of thing, fashion, all that kind of thing, or just beautiful things in general, being very attracted to jewelry and all those kind of things. Aphrodite is all about beauty and interest in harmony and beauty. Often hairdressers and people like that, or beauticians and all those sort of people, are very drawn to Aphrodite. They may not know it. They may not even know that she's there, but because of their interest, they're already showing certain aspects of Aphrodite. So, you know, look at your interests if you want to know where, you know, you might connect with a god or goddess.
Right.
Right.
Or you can have that fascination. I don't know, I think I said this on my episode about Kali Ma, where we literally talked about her, and I said that when I was young, I watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and for some reason, I never felt evil from Kali Ma. Never, not once did I feel evil come from her. I've always felt that she was very, like she would look behind, look over the corner, look, she's very curious. And I've had a fascination with her ever since I was young. So I'm talking like 2-3 years old, that where I was able enough to understand like what I was watching. Of course, when he rips the guy's heart out, I'm like, ah. But I mean that the instance of her is what fascinates me the most, is because I mean I never once felt evil from her. And I can watch Indiana Jones as many times as a person possibly could, and I still never feel that like, oh, she's evil. Oh, meet Kali in hell. I mean, not once did I feel that from her. So I also established a relationship with her when I was very young. So my fascination for finding information about her, and which is why we did an episode on her, because I wanted people to understand, kind of like Hecate. Hecate is portrayed as evil, darkness, negative energy or negative. Same with Kali Ma, where Shiva was the savior god. So what I would say is, if you are fascinated, even from a young age, if you are fascinated with a certain god or goddess because you watch a Hollywood movie, if they do not sway your opinion of them, then that's your calling too. There's that god or goddess calling to you saying, hey, Hollywood, they have a portrayal of me, but that hasn't stopped you from wanting to learn more about me, wanting to learn about certain things that we do. So that's another way that you can get to a god or goddess if you feel fascinated. I was very fascinated with Aphrodite because she was the goddess of love. Yes, she's also the goddess of beauty. But I think that I was more like the love part. But yeah, because I am so like, and like I said, she's still there, even though she's kind of backed into the back of the line. But when it comes to like makeup tips, I'm always looking at my makeup, like how to make my eye makeup like fabulous, because you watch these people like over and over again on YouTube, and it's something I never had because my mom never taught me that stuff. I had to learn that actually through YouTube or watching someone else do it. And then of course doing what they did eventually. So I think for me, I'm better at learning visual, and Aphrodite's still there. She's not exactly in the forefront. She's more in the background, but she's still there. Because I'm always like, well, maybe I should listen to subliminals about beauty. I am beautiful, but when you've had a kind of a relationship with a mother or a parent that wasn't so good, where your parent puts you down, you sort of hear them in the back of your head. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're never going to amount to anything. You're not pretty, you're fat, you're ugly, whatever they would say to you, right? So you kind of hear that in the back of your head. It takes a little while to get that tape recorder out of your head and into, oh yeah, I'm actually a very beautiful person and I'm a very kind person, and here's all my credentials of why I am. You know, of course I have my man who also says I'm beautiful. So that helps, that self-esteem, because mine was left in the dust because when I was younger. So I think if you have going back to the point of, if you have a fascination, I always did with Aphrodite, and then of course with Kali Ma. Kali Ma was first because again, I was 2 and 3. Aphrodite was more, I was watching Hercules, the Legendary Journeys, and the woman who plays Aphrodite is kind of like this whiny little Aphrodite, but I found her to be fascinating as a topic, and look what happened. Her and Marie Laveau actually sent my soulmate to me. So there you go. So it was meant to be.
Yeah. Also, I mean, certain goddesses and gods can be a connection for your inner healing as well. Because if, for instance, like you were saying, that if you've got a tape recorder on your head saying that you're ugly, you're this, you're that, I mean, Aphrodite is a very healing goddess to be with you, because she is the goddess of beauty, and she sees the beauty in you, and that can give you the confidence that you may have lacked. So connecting with her and her energy, because her energy is all about love, is all about beauty, is all about harmonious relationship with yourself first and foremost, and then others. So, she's a great goddess to connect with if you need that specific sort of stuff healing. All the different gods can give you healing as well, you see, and the connection with their energies help you to heal inside.
Yeah, definitely. And I've always felt that connection, even if it hasn't always been like good in my life, but I've always felt that connection to them. And Hecate as well, she's very prominent in my life right now, even if she may not have been when I was a little girl. But there's still that connection there that we've kind of felt, you know, when it comes to my relationship and where I need to be in my magic and where I need to be spirituality. Um, so I think that uh, definitely comes into play when you're talking about, this certain goddess is who you should call to. Again, that will be known to you when it's time. And
Yeah.
don't rush it. Patience is the virtue. I agree with my coven mother when she said, literally, you need to learn patience. You need to learn that the spirituality will come to you eventually. You can't push it. You can't push it. And she's like, I know you want this, the being able to see spirits and stuff like yesterday, but you have to let it happens in the goddess's time, and you have to let it develop. Because she's right. I do want to see spirits like yesterday. But I see them in my dreams. So like you were talking about dreams earlier, and boy, did I have some whopper of dreams. All good. This time, I didn't dream this time of being shot like I did the other day. That was a hard one. I was like, being shot in the stomach. That was crazy. But yeah, it's something that I definitely, I want to push forward, and, I'm taking and you can look this up, guys, on her website. Look up Sonia Smith's website, how to take the advanced mediumship course. As long as you have already taken the original mediumship course, I definitely recommend that for you and for her. Well, for all of you. She already has the gift, I'm telling you. But if you are interested in that, her website will be in the description field. Please, 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 guys, sign up for it. I promise you, you will not be, how can I say this? It won't be taken advantage of. because it's a great course. It's something that I definitely am so glad that I'm taking. And again, Sonia is a wonderful teacher. So guys, I can't stress enough, please, in the description field, check out her website, check out her courses. Wherever you are in your spirituality, she will definitely help you. Okay. So on to the next topic.
Okay, well, it's not far off from Beltane now, and yeah, Beltane is actually one of my favorite times of year. I think it's um, I don't know I don't know if you have the same sort of stuff where you live in America, Steph. You're going to have to put me right on this because I'm not sure how your seasons go. But in England right now, it's one of the most beautiful times of the year. Um, all the blossom is out everywhere. All the spring flowers are out. All the birds are nesting. And soon there'll be babies. And all the little animals are mating. And soon there will be babies. And everything is blooming, blossoming, fertile. And, you know, if you want to know what Beltane is about, it's about that. It's about the fertility of nature, and the absolute stunning beauty of nature, um, because it's a time actually ruled over by Aphrodite herself, actually, Aphrodite Venus. And you can see why, because everything from winter, where everything was, the trees were all bare and everything, you know, the grass wasn't so green anymore and everything had gone quiet. Nature had gone to sleep, and now, oh, it's just bursting with life. It's just so amazing, and you can feel the energy from nature actually going into your body when you walk out there among it. Um, so if you want to know what Beltane is, that's what Beltane is. And it's a time to celebrate it and honor it, because my goodness, I know we get some stuff happening in our life, and I know in the world at the moment, and especially USA with your new president and all the stuff that's going on. It's hard for people, and it's sometimes easy to forget of the very potent beauty and the energy that's around us to tap into again, and to lift our spirits and drive away any depression, because people forget that, you know, just to walk in nature and appreciate it can be totally uplifting. And sometimes the problems of our lives don't seem so great anymore when we make that connection.
I am actually, we're hoping to do a maypole, so like dancing around the maypole on Beltane. We're pretty sure we can do that, although again, schedules come into it. But no, we actually are planning to do a Beltane maypole ritual where we dance around. That would be me and my coven. Now, I could do my own, however, I don't have a big pole to do that with. I would actually have to do a smaller one. But again, you would just, twist the ribbon around, and it's the same kind of thing. So I'll start with that part. Unfortunately, here in Pennsylvania and the USA, winter sort of was trying to make a comeback. I can't stress enough how cold it has been the past week. We even had some wintry mix there at night. I think that was Thursday night, and crazy stuff happening here. I mean, it has just been cold. I mean, some of the birds have come back, yes, but most are like, no, it's still too cold. I'm leaving, or they're staying where they are, southwise. but but yeah, it is the coming of spring, and of course, the coming also of summer. Of course, we talk about midsummers coming up here after Beltane. But for Wiccans, it is the time where the god and goddess will mate, and the goddess will become pregnant with, the child. So yeah, same kind of concept here. But like I said, in the USA, it's been crazy weather that we've been having out here, where literally it's been so cold, it's been like winter. I'm talking like in the teens or even in the 20s at night. Usually it doesn't become very, very warm until like May. So well, about the time Maypole Day, excuse me, Beltane comes around, of course, we will have that again, that hot weather again. So that is in the works coming. And again, this is my birthday bash. So, and how ironic is it that literally my birthday is on Easter and I'm Wiccan. So that's a little bit of an irony for me because, but I will be celebrating with my coven. So, and they're going to also celebrate my birthday as well. So, yeah, that into two for one deal. But yeah, I'm very excited for Beltane because I do like that dancing around, just moving the body. When you move the body around, and of course the music. Of course, I love the music and the symbolism of dancing around the maypole while decorating it with special ribbon. That's right up my alley. I think anything that gets you out and moving around is definitely special. So definitely special for me. Again, I'm like a walking contradiction because my birthday is Easter, um, but that's okay. In symbolizing Easter, compare it to Ostara, and there's no comparison. Ostara is awesome. Easter, eh. Except that you get to decorate Easter eggs. Well, we call them Ostara eggs. And I actually saw it's like a little electronic one where you can actually stick the marker on the eggs and just like decorate your eggs the way you want to. Now, my teacher, who comes from Australia, so she's in the southern hemisphere and I'm in the northern. She has said you can decorate eggs as Ostara. Same with Beltane. You can do the maypole thing just because the Christians have kind of taken that and making it their own. I don't see a reason why we can't do those old traditions, even though oh well, it's in it. It's but I'm very happy to celebrate when it comes to Beltane. I'm very excited because I've never done this maypole thing before, and I'm really, really excited to dance around. Fully clothed, by the way. We don't do that all natural stuff yet. No. But it will be my first experience with Beltane and doing that. Also, I just want to let everyone know I will be saying the few words, just like I've been for Yule, Imbolc, and everything that's come so far. I will be reading out the ritual, and you guys can follow along if you want to. That has never changed, so I'm going to do that with Beltane as well. Of course, Midsummer's, Mabon, and then Samhain. Of course, we're going to have the lovely Sonia Smith over again for Samhain. And we definitely won't get our lines crossed this time. But yeah, I'm very excited for Beltane. I can't wait till it comes around. That way we can have, at least here in the United States, the warmer weather that comes with it. Because I'm so sick of that. I'm just like, go away, winter. It's not your time. Go. Weather's unpredictable.
Yeah, we also have the Morris dancers here in England, and that's a very ancient way to dance in the summer, with the Morris dance. I don't know if you've ever seen the Morris dancing.
I have not. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, it's a very old folk tradition in England where these guys all dress up, and ladies too now. It used to be just men that did it, but ladies do it too now. And they have bells and things on their legs, and they have these batons they carry, a bit like baseball bats, and they click them together as they dance, and there's music. So there's always a Morris man that plays an accordion or some kind of instrument where they dance to it. And the dances are very old. They go back hundreds of years. And what they do is they say that they dance in the summer. So it's quite lovely, actually. It's a very old tradition. It's lovely to watch, good music as well. And they're always jolly people, and they always do it outside of the local pub, which is good because everybody's drinking and enjoying themselves and being very pagan. So and all the Morris dancers usually get a bit tipsy, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, it's good. And it's very pagan. So um it's a good thing, and it's a good thing that it's never died out, because a lot of these things have, and the tradition's been kept. It's going very strong. In fact, you probably find Morris dancing on YouTube if you have a look.
Yeah, check that out, guys. Just look up Morris. Was it Morris dancing?
Morris dancing.
Morris dancing. All right, let's talk about food, which is
Morris.
my favorite subject. Food. What kind of food do you guys have over there in England when it comes time for belting?
Oh yeah, we usually go for really sweet things, and if there are strawberries, we have strawberries and all those kind of things. And the Beltane feast is sort of all about really nice goody things that make you feel good, like chocolate and cakes and all those kind of things. So it's very much a sort of and fancy cakes, and really decorated chocolates and nice things like that. So they're sort of like really tasty treats that you don't normally have, and you can make your own things, and of course a fresh baked bread and cheeses and things like that.
Yeah, same thing here. Most of us, well, because the Christians probably got us into ham. We're probably going to have ham. I'm not really sure what kind of meat, but it's usually ham, lamb, and then I don't know if beef comes into it, but I guess you can have steak. I don't know. It's your celebration. I suppose you can have anything. And I can't wait because my neighbor, I'll tell you what, she is such a great cook. And yes, I'm giving her props. I also want to put her website on in the description field. She sells artwork. If you would like if you would like to look at her artwork, her website will be in the description field for you, so that you can see what she does. She does airbrushing. She does regular paintings. I love her Edgar Allan Poe. She has two of them. I have one of her artworks. It is a mermaid, because I love mermaids. I wanted to be one. I loved them so much. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But I love her artwork. And if you are interested, check in the description field. I'm sure she would like that. And again, she'll have examples of her artwork there. But anyway, my neighbor is a great cook. And when it comes to food, oh my gosh, it's like, Christmas time or Thanksgiving, it's like having that feast, and of course, every great pagan and Wiccan will tell you when it comes to celebrations, you got to have the feast. And I'm so glad that my neighbor is taking care of that, because she is a excellent cook. I can't say enough great things about her cooking. Because she just wowed me with these certain dishes that she does. And, the things she'll come up with and the seasoning that she uses. So, so we'll have, a feast as well. You were saying breads, pastries. She likes to make brownies. I like to make brownies. I like to have chocolate chip cookies. Yes, I'm a chocoholic. That's why you said chocolate. I was like, right here. Can't get enough chocolate. That's my man. He knows. Okay. So when it comes to Beltane food, I think I'm definitely all in for it. Um, and it's, along with the celebration comes the feast. You always had that feast of the coming of summer to nourish the body. So there's the fertility of nourishment, of having those crops around so that you could feed your family. You wouldn't go hungry. The winter is over now. It is springtime. So it is that springtime coming into the summer. Also, they will start planting things here very soon. So Beltane is also the starting of, putting the seeds into the ground and then growing those seeds into the harvest. So a lot of spring stuff will be planted. I believe onions is a good spring one. I know my neighbor's going to be planting tomatoes here soon. And they grow their own, which is awesome. I think it's so cool that they can grow their own vegetables, as I like to say. um, in fact, when we had spaghetti, my neighbor said that it was literally their own tomatoes that they grew and they put that to the sauce. I was like, oh, and it was so good. I'll tell you what, all they do is they take it off the vine when they're done with it, and then they, um, either mash it up or they cut it up and they stick it in a can or in a jar and they jar it, and they can use it for, use later. So I think that's awesome. We're also going to have deviled eggs. I can't tell you how much I am for deviled eggs. Not much for red beet eggs, but more of a deviled eggs there. So good. I could eat them, just sit there and eat them all day long. But yeah, like any good person will literally tell you that, any celebration, whether that's Beltane, Midsummer, Mabon's going to be interesting because, of course, that's the coming of the gourds, the pumpkins, everything for the fall feast, that you see around, September, October, November. And then, of course, when you get into Yule, there's even more of a feast. So definitely good to have a feast or a dinner to celebrate the coming of summer. So, and
You're
Beltane
making me
is that.
hungry. You're making me hungry, Steph.
I'm
I'm,
sorry.
I'm hungry now. I need food.
We just had lunch, and I'll tell you what, my dad is also a great cook. I can't say enough good things about my dad's cooking. Along with my neighbor, they both know how to cook. It's amazing that one can complement the other, but I am hungry. I'll tell you what. Lunch was a long time ago, and I did 2 shows today. So, but for the last 13 minutes here, Sonia, would you mind doing a reading for us? And then we will wrap up. And I mean, I can't say enough great things about this lady over here. Remember, it's also opposite.
Okay, I will. Just before I just do that, I'll just also mention, don't forget that May Eve is the time of the Fae.
Yeah.
So don't forget to put something out for the Fae.
I am definitely going to give some kind of them because I've seen them in dreams, and I can't tell
I
you
like honey and
how.
cream. Honey and
Yes,
cream they like.
onion
And pumpkin
cream.
bread. Okay, right then. I'm going to do a collective reading and see if it makes any sense to you, Stefan, to everybody else. I've got the Lenormand cards, my own Lenormand cards with me, and we'll see what comes up. I'm going to just lay 3 cards and see what happens from there. I've shuffled them now as I'm speaking, and then I'll deal with them, and then I'll talk about what comes up. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, interesting. Very. All right. Okay. Well, the first card that came up was the Rider, and this is a lady that brings messages. So if any of you are waiting for some news, you will get some news very, very soon. And You know, it may be that you've made a job application or anything like that as well. It could be even a message from the spirit world. This is all about messages, and they're coming quickly. So, you know, once you see the rider, she's riding toward you, and she's bringing you news, and she's bringing you messages. So if you've been waiting for something, you know, like I say, some answer to something, you will get it, and you will get it pretty soon, because she's a fast rider. So so anyone out there waiting for messages, waiting for answers, waiting for to see if they've got that job, waiting to see if they're hearing from that loved one, waiting to see any of those things, any message they're waiting for is on its way. And if you are trying to get in contact with the spirit world in any way, by the way, as well, because that's all about messages, then you will start to get many more messages coming through. So if you've been trying to make that contact, it's coming for you. All right. Or if you're trying to get any message or contact, as we were talking about earlier, with gods or goddesses and deities, or any of those things. So messages is the key. So if you've been waiting for something, it's coming, people. And you know, usually the rider brings good news too. So you know, that's great. Okay, and the second card that I pulled is Anchor, and this is about if you've been worried at all about certain situations in your life, and you felt insecure, and you feel that, you know, perhaps your finances aren't as good as they should be, or perhaps you're living somewhere that you don't like, or any of those things. Anchor's saying, don't worry, stability is coming. And that means to say that you'll find yourself in a very stable position. So, you know, if you've been told, say, for instance, you know, you've got to move or something like that, it will turn around and turn about, and you'll find that you can stay in the same place after all, and all those kind of things. And it's about security. If you were, say, worried about say you were worried about your job or losing your job that you're in now, that it's saying don't worry, because it's stable for you, it's there. You know, this is for people who were worried about employment or things like that. So it's very much a card of security. It's also stability in relationships. So if you're in a relationship, it's about a very deep relationship, very stable, very connected relationship. And usually this is a relationship that has lasted some time and will last a long time. So it's a very stable card. It's a really good card. So if you're feeling a bit insecure at the moment, anybody, know that that's not going to stay for too long. So that's a great card too. Okay. And then following that, we have the stork, which is this is a lovely card. I love the stork. In old folklore, the stork was said to bring the babies. So if a person was pregnant, the stork
or
would
wanted to be, or wanted to be.
or want to be pregnant. So if you want to be pregnant or any of those things, then stork is a good card that comes up. And also it's not just about babies and pregnancy. It's also about if you want to move from one job to another, or you want to move from one place to another, or you know, you just want to move in general in some way. Stork is a very good card that comes up, because it's saying that you're on the move, you can move, you can fly. Stork brings movement. So so if you feel a bit stuck at the moment in any way, know that that won't last long. It's movements coming, and for the best, because actually the stork is also a bird of good omen. So if you're planning on doing something, or changing something, or starting a new business or a new job or any of those things, stork is saying, luck is with you. So he's a very fortunate bird. They used to say that if a stork lands on your roof, many good things are coming your way. And as you can see, stork's there. Here he is, landed on your roof. So it means that good things will come your way. So in all, we've had some very positive cards come up for this, and I think it's good, because in this at the moment, a lot of people are a bit worried, aren't they? A bit anxious about what's going on. Um, and to have these positive things coming up to say, don't worry, things will be okay. Things that you had a very stable card. You had messages coming through to say that you'll get good news coming, and stork to say good luck with you, luck be with you. So and luck be with everybody. I hope that it does. And it's good that that the stork showed himself today to bring that fortune, that good fortune to people.
Yeah, that's and then I hope that resonated with everyone, because I mean, I know it did with me. And I just kind of thought to myself, yeah. um well, thank you, Sonia, so much for coming on today. That will be our show, and we're going to wrap up here. I hope that resonated with a lot of you. If it didn't, that's okay. Maybe it just wasn't meant for you, but it may be in the future. So whenever you were drawn to see that that reading that Sonia gave, whenever you can, just hopefully it will resonate with you. If not today, then in the future. All right, I'd
Yeah.
like to thank my very special guest, Sonia Smith. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. And it's been nice to be here again, Steph. Thanks very much.
Of course, and we'll have you back on. I'm thinking maybe Beltane, if you can do something around Beltane. We'll definitely try to get you back on for that, and hopefully we won't get our wires crossed. But I am very, very excited to have Sonia Smith always as a lovely special guest. Again, if you would like to know more about her, just look in the description field. Her website will be there. If you would like to take any of her courses, which I highly recommend, guys. I cannot recommend this enough. Please look on her website. I believe she takes payments through PayPal. Check her out, and enjoy the psychic or whatever spirituality comes to you. Enjoy the process as it happens, because trust me, there's a lot to go there. Oh, and next week, this will be out on the 20th, so my birthday. Next week, we'll come up with another topic. I'm thinking probably maybe doing Isis, because again, she is another goddess that I will call to. And then we might do Osiris after that. So Isis and Osiris coming up here soon. But stick with us. Again, I will be doing some more readings for the collective. Again, if it resonates with you, fine. Hopefully it will in the future. If it doesn't now. All right. I'd like to thank everyone and my special guest, and we'll see you next time on Black Magic Chalk. Blessed be everyone. Have a great week and a great holiday. If I don't see you, bye, Beltane. Bye, everyone. Blessed be everyone. Hello. I just want to let everyone know that the outro music is AI generated. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And also, if you would like to generate your own AI, the link in the description field will be for their website. Blessed be everyone.
In a cabin out by the pines, she lights candles, they intertwine. Her whispers drift through the night, under the stars her spell takes flight. With a notebook worn and gray, she calls the moon, shows her the way. Ancient runes beneath her gaze. In her circle, the fires blaze. She's a moonlit witch in Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends. Sage and cedar fill the air, her sacred rituals laid bare. Under sky so big and wide, she carries secrets she doesn't hide. Her cauldron bubbles in midnight stroke, in the stillness the spirit spoke. She walks barefoot on the forest floor, in her soul the wild hearts roar. She's a moonlit witch in Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends. Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends. She's a moonlit witch in Tennessee, casting charms by the old oak tree. With a heart as wild as a midnight wind, her magic spins, it never ends.